A song called The Compass Song by Michael Zook. Michael used to be active in Mafka. He's a good friend of ours, and a couple weeks before he passed away, he asked us to learn this song, so we've been singing it ever since. He wrote the song when he was 16. What's that? Sure. Well, way up north, where the spruce tree grows, that's where I'd like once more to go, where the beaver builds his dam and every forest in the land comes alive and singing in the early morning sun. Well, way out west, where the cattle roam, that's where I'd like to build my home, where the painted sunset skies in the evening fill the skies with colors purple, blue, and red. Well, way down south, where the rivers flow, that's where I long once more to go, to that homestead on the hill. In the evening it was still, you could hear the whispering of the stately pine. Well, way back east, by the deep blue sea, that's where I long once more to be, where the schooner boats of old, with their great white sails unfurled, from Boston well, way up yonder by the Golden Gate, that's where I'm bound one of these days. So I hope that you are fine in whatever state of mind you chance to find yourselves today. Well, way up yonder by the Golden Gate, that's where I'm bound one of these days. So I hope that you are fine in whatever state of mind you chance to find yourself today. So fare thee well, my good old friend, I love you still, I knew you when. We will travel with your song, take your memory along, as long as apples bloom in the spring.
You got the words wrong.
I did. All right. Well, we're Dave and Fran, and we're going to do a song that I wrote called Ripened Fruit. It's a song about our homestead. The old farmhouse was built in 1845, and there's a bunch of other buildings on the property, including a garage, workshop where I make wooden canoes and Fran makes brown ash baskets. There's a wood shed, there's a greenhouse, an old tool shed, and of course all the vegetable gardens and flower gardens. And right in the middle of that whole circle, there's a big old white cedar tree, and it's probably about 100 years old, and that tree is special to me because that's what wooden canoes are made out of. And also when we're working out in the gardens, we often find pottery shards and that sort of thing from people who lived here before and had their own lives in the last few centuries. So this is called Ripened Fruit. Cedar stands at the center. Spring flowers bloom by the step. Ravens we know at the compost crow. There's a promise that we kept. Many have been here before yard yields ceramic shards to speak of those who thrive. Deep red wine, flaming fire, ripened fruit of my desire, ocean wind in the sheets of our bed. Friends of years, coyotes call, onion braid upon the wall. To this house and this land we are wed. Red wine, flaming fire, ripened fruit of my desire, ocean wind in the sheets of our bed. Friends of years, coyotes call, onion braid upon the wall. To this house and this land we are wed. Old friends and family and neighbors break bread with us close by the fire. They help us to sing to their love. We cling before the mortal self grows tired. The larder is laden with harvest. The workshop bears baskets and canoes. Make a joyful sound to this life. We found what it asks. We will not refuse. Deep red wine, flaming fire, ripened fruit of my desire, ocean wind in the sheets of our bed. Friends of years, coyotes call, onion braid upon the wall. To this house and this land we are wed. That's a bowed psaltery that Fran is playing, by the way, if you haven't seen one before.
We're going to sing a song that we sing competitively, and I want the audience to listen carefully to who makes the most mistakes, and the other one of us is the winner.
That'll be me, I'm sure.
All right, here we go.
All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't get a proper cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't get a proper cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper cup of coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper cup of coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. if I can't get a proper cup of coffee from a proper coffee going. All right. I think who won? Yeah,
Fran.
all right.
course
I will
won.
pour the winner a cup of. Just a second. A proper cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. I can't.
Hi, I'm Juliet. I'm Cassidy. And we're Fran and Dave's new woofers. And today we're going to sing for you, Will the Circle Be Unbroken? I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Lord, I told that undertaker, please drive slow. For this body you're a hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I followed close behind her, tried to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
All right, we're going to do a couple of traditional tunes. Fran's got a nice old auto harp there from the 1940s or 50s, and I've got a nice old Gibson mandolin from the 1920s, and I think you'll recognize these tunes. Road to Joy in Red Wing.
I made it.
Okay, we're going to do a song that I wrote called Land of the North. Many years ago, we had a chance to go up north and live in a cabin for 6 weeks on a remote lake in northern Maine. And the night before we left, we had the van all packed, ready to go. Next morning, woke up at 5 in the morning. I had this wonderful melody going through my head. The problem was, I have a little tape recorder that I keep by my bed in case I want to record a melody when I wake up and I don't want to lose it. But the tape recorder was packed in the van, so I ran downstairs, tore the van apart, 5 in the morning, found the tape recorder, and recorded the melody, which became the basis for the song. So we went up north. This is the first song I recorded, and also Fran got to work on an open fire cookbook because she's a really accomplished open fire cook from the days when we ran canoe trips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Land of the North.
The spruce stands so stately around all our shore.
The cedar's so fragrant as ever before.
The birch and the balsam our spirits restore.
How lovely the land of the north.
The lake skims with eyes of a late April morn.
Woodpecker drums and a new day is born.
The Canada goose then sounds of his horn.
How lovely the land of the north. How lovely the water. How lovely the light. How lovely what spirit did create. How lovely the echo of the loon at night, who's calling in search of his mate.
The trout and the fishermen are drawn by the pool.
The line arcs so graceful, the water's so cool.
The earth is the ring, the pond is the jewel.
How lovely the land of the north.
The red blossom trillium, the Labrador tea.
The sweet service berry are calling to me.
Where the bunchberry blooms is where I will be.
How lovely the land of the north. How lovely the water. How lovely the light. How lovely what spirit did create. How lovely the echo of the loon at night, who's calling in search of his mate. The sunset shimmers green gold on the far eastern bank. A beaver glides by with the fire on his flank. The full moon faces west where the sunlight just sank. How lovely the land of the north. How lovely the land of the north. All right, this is a song I wrote when we used to guide canoe trips up north. We'd always end them with a closing circle and with this song. Across the land, this water makes its journey through quiet swamps where moose have come to graze. So secretly, the mink is now returning to to seek the silent water and its waves. In these canoes, with rails all sweeping sweetly, the tree of life bends to a graceful haul. This paddle lash is slicing water neatly, a single glide for every push and pull. Around the fire, these friends are softly singing, their bodies tired and their faces flushed. The end of day, the evening now is bringing, one laughing loon and our voices hush. We're Dave and Fran Plus, folk musicians with a small organic farm/homestead in coastal Maine. We've been involved with MOFGA for many years, and we rely on their support and resources frequently. We've been active with the Common Ground Country Fair for many years, and Fran ran volunteers for about 10 of the early years. Both MOFGA and the fair are at the forefront of organic growing and sustainable living. Please support MOFGA, shop locally, and live sustainably. The musicians who are performing virtually would all appreciate contributions to their tip jars, as we've all been greatly impacted by the pandemic. You can contribute to our tip jar through PayPal at daveandfranplus@gmail.com. You can also find out about our CD at daveandfranplus.com. The young women singing in the video came to us through WOOF, which stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. This organization connects farms with those interested in organic farming and sustainable living. Enjoy the fair!